Hello yogis, I'm Emma. We're going to do a short tutorial on Bakasana, which is the crow arm balance. So we're going to do some wrist strengthening, opening, and we're going to look at finding the shape of the pose even though we're not going to be balancing on the arms, and then gradually using props to maintain and find that balance. I hope you enjoy. We'll start lying on the back in happy baby pose, Sukhi Balasana, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet and drawing the knees towards the armpits. And just notice while you're in this pose how the belly can draw back and feels pretty wide. Then we're going to stretch the arms to the ceiling and pull the knees or the shins as close to the upper arms as possible. So you're going to have to lift the upper body off the floor, bring the big toes to touch. So this is crow position, Bakasana, while we're upside down. So I'm drawing the belly back, belly wide, rounding the upper back, pressing the heels of the hands away, and then we'll just come to release down. Draw the knees together, interlace the hands behind the head, Pavana Muktasana, yogi sit-ups. You're going to pull the tailbone off the floor, squeeze the upper body up, and then release down. We'll take a few of those, just get the navel, the stomach engaging, pulling the tailbone up, drawing the upper body up, squeezing and releasing. 3 more. Breathing in, breathe out, squeeze, and release down. Inhale, pull the tailbone, upper body, exhale, squeeze, and release down. 1 more. And then all the way down, and then we'll come into child's pose. Just swinging the legs back. You can bring the knees slightly apart. In child's pose, just take note that there is a rounding in the back. The belly again is broad and wide. You'll be rounding in the back in your crow balance. Lifting up onto the hands and the knees. And we'll just take a few circles around the wrist to warm up the wrist, and just notice how the fingertips react to the play of weight distribution and change direction. They slightly engage as you carry the weight forward. And then we'll come to center. Come to downward facing dog. And we'll take that dog a little bit shorter than normal. Taking a few breaths here. And inhale, lift the right leg high behind you. Exhale, bring the right knee or shin to tap the upper arm. Again, inhale, swing back. Exhale, shoulders over the wrist. Again, see how the fingers feel as you bring the weight forward. 1 more. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale, swing the right leg back. Exhale, downward dog. Left side. Inhale, swing the left leg. Exhale, knee to outer arm. Inhale, swing back. Exhale, knee to outer arm. Inhale, swing back. Exhaling. Inhale, swing back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we'll walk the feet forward into Uttanasana, feet parallel. Just give the arms a bit of a break. You take hold of opposite elbows, and we'll rock the torso from side to side. Strong legs and a relaxed upper body. Release the arms down. We'll take the feet wider. We'll come into Malasana, squat position. Hands to prayer position. If you find it difficult coming into squat position, you can place some padding underneath the heels, blanket, blocks, whatever feels good. You're encouraging the knees to work over the toes, chest opening. And from here, just going to play with the weight distribution, placing the hands to the floor and just playing with that weight, moving forward and then back. Just notice where the spine is in space. You're not dropping downward, you're going forward in space and pulling back. Again, forward Maybe try that without the hands. So you literally have to shift the weight forward when we come into the balance. One more. And then we'll come to sit down. We will take the right hand to left foot, stretch the left arm forward, and use the hand to lift the knee as high up on the arm as possible. And then see if you can take the hand away. So you're using the hip flexor and the belly to hold the leg into place. And then we'll swap side. Left hand, right foot, pull the shin towards the armpit, flexing the hand, see if you can release, finding that balance. And then of course, see if we can do both legs at the same time. So you're pulling the belly back, pulling wide, stretching the arms away, squeezing the legs in, and then we'll come to relax. Just shake out the legs. So crow balance, Bakasana. Coming back to that squat position. So you could have feet together or slightly apart. We'll start with no props. I don't want the arms too far forward. I want a feeling of pulling the arms back in space. There's a slight engagement of the fingertips, and I'm playing with the weight distribution. So I'm not going down. I'm going to carry the chest forward in space. So just coming onto the tippy toe and then releasing back. Hugging the arms in, tipping forward and coming back. Try again, maybe lifting one toe off, swapping. Just noticing how the weights now come forward into the hands and then come to relax back. So mechanically, when I come forward and when this elbow hits over the wrist, my feet, like a seesaw, with my weight going forward, want to begin to lift off the floor. So as the elbow hits over the wrist, the head goes forward, just playing with that action, forward and back. If you're frightened about landing flat on your nose, we can put a little bit of padding ahead of us. But it's not right back. We want to ease forward in space. So I'm going to place my crow claws back on the floor. I'm going to edge forward and then see if I can just bounce my head on the bolster and then come back. Coming forward, bouncing off the bolster, using the fingertips. And this is gradually building up the strength in the wrists and in the forearms. You can play with that weight distribution. It's a little bit of a safety net. The other thing that you can play with is starting higher. So if I bring my feet onto the blocks, sinking down low, again hugging the arms back, fingers forward, fingertips engaged, and now I have to just go directly forward in space. So going forward, you could even put the bolster back if you feel scared, lifting the feet up, and then coming back onto your blocks. Hugging the arms in, easing forward, the hips are lifting slightly, going forward in space, lifting the feet, and then coming to rest back. Now removing the blocks, seeing if we can find that lifting. So again, hugging the arms back in space, directly thinking forward in space, lifting the hips slightly, bringing the big toes to touch, lifting the heels, squeezing the knees in against the arms and see if we can find some straightness in the arms. And then back to your squat position. Bakasana. Namaste.